A synthetic marijuana substance known as spice is sweeping across the market. Even though it's legal, some say it can be deadly. Today, the North Coastal Prevention Coalition hit the streets asking people why they still haven't taken it off the shelves. San Diego 6's Tony Toll has more on this.
This batch that's actually here behind your counter could actually kill a young person if they smoked it.
Deadly but still legal to buy, this synthetic marijuana type substance known as spice is sweeping the nation.
If you remember receiving this letter, we're trying to stop the retail sale of spice.
But today in Oceanside, the youth strike team is taking matters into their own hands.
Our purpose is just to get the message out that it's not good and that we shouldn't be selling it.
It is dangerous, it is killing kids, and also to inform parents about the dangers of what their young people may or may not be doing.
On May 24th, the Oceanside Police Department and other participating agencies sent out a letter urging local businesses to stop selling spice.
Have you seen this letter by the Oceanside Police Department?
And today, the North Coastal Prevention Coalition hit 6 locations to see if spice was still available, and the results are surprising.
It could kill people. I'm gonna talk to the owner, talk to my dad, and we'll see what happens.
But it's not just local mom and pop stores and gas stations. Last month, the San Diego Padres suspended their 2009 third overall pick, prospect outfielder Donovan Tate, for 50 games after he tested dirty for the substance.
But they do have it.
And it doesn't stop there. The Navy has publicly discharged more than 30 sailors over the last year and a half for using the substance that mimics a marijuana-type high.
They know what's going on. The point is clear. They know that it's dangerous. We've been in other places where they've actually lined up bath salts like lines of methamphetamine and offered it to people.
In Oceanside, Tony Tall, San Diego 6 News.
The State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control has temporarily suspended the liquor license of a North County store after authorities found that it was selling synthetic marijuana known as spice.
It's illegal to sell spice and other types of synthetic drugs in California.
Which are snorted and mirror the effects of methamphetamine are also on their radar. Both drugs have also caught the attention of the North Coastal Prevention Coalition, an organization that not only helps catch businesses that are selling illegal products, but also educates people about the potential risks involved.
It has a tremendous impact on their physiology. Tommy's did receive a letter, and so they have been warned a number of times over the years that this stuff is dangerous, and so it's very nice to see that they're being held accountable for their actions.
Being held accountable won't stop after just 20 days. Alcohol beverage control officials say this suspension is the beginning of a long and justified punishment.
Well, the Oceanside City Council is one step closer tonight to banning the synthetic drug spice from that city. It would be the first ordinance of its kind in the county. NBC 7's Candace Wynn is in Oceanside. She has more on tonight's vote. And also, Candace, what's next?
Yeah, Catherine, spice is a big problem countywide, according to the DEA. Law enforcement plays catch up with these chemists who are constantly changing the drug's formula. Now, if adopted at the next city council meeting here, that ordinance would ban that synthetic drug here in Oceanside altogether.
I personally have seen the effects that these synthetic drugs have made, to youth. And I've witnessed a close family member of mine gone through that road, and it's not pretty.
High school student Jessica Solana says that's why she and dozens of other Oceanside teens came to the meeting tonight to support this ordinance. She says spice does not just impact adults, but many young people too who too easily get a hold of them at gas stations and places like that. Now, if the ordinance is implemented, it would prohibit the display, sale, distribution, and possession of the synthetic drug. The DEA says if adopted, this ordinance would be a first for our area, but hopefully not the last.
To prevent the sale of drugs like spice appears to be working.
In February, the city passed the most comprehensive ban in the state covering the sale, possession, and display of any synthetic drug. Amy DuPont has been following the story since the beginning and joins us from Oceanside to explain why police know the law works. Amy?
Well, good morning, Jim and Linda. Yeah, these synthetic drugs like spice are dangerous and can even be fatal. And officers are actually called to those situations to try and help. And they say calls are going down. In fact, since this ordinance went into effect, they've received just 12 spice-related calls in all. Now, drug makers have been able to get around most laws because current California law only covers 5 of the chemical compounds that are used to make spice and other synthetic drugs. The Oceanside ordinance covers hundreds. Now, spice is also usually packaged like something else, like a bath salt or potpourri. It can even be packaged to look like candy. Oceanside Police and the city attorney have gone to great lengths to educate business owners. Most pulled the products off their shelves once they knew what they were really selling. Officers here in Oceanside do random spot checks, so they walk through these convenience stores and smoke shops to make sure these drugs are not being sold. Businesses that do break this law, well, they do face high fines. And this ordinance is getting a lot of attention from other municipalities who are considering similar bills, including